one.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special Saturday night edition of the Sober Swole podcast. My name is Jay.
Yes, sir. And I go by DJ Swirl.
Chocolate and vanilla swirl.
What's up, everybody?
And before we get started, as always, we'd like to shout out to Royalty Nutrition. And to help me out with that, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, it's Warhorse.
Hey, it's Warhorse. Do you want your workouts to look like this? Or do you want your workouts to slay? When Warhorse picks his pre-workout, he wants it to slay. If you want second place, go with somebody else. If you want to be a champion, go with Royalty Nutrition.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Royalty Nutrition is a veteran-owned and operated supplement company that doesn't automatically go to use the cheapest ingredients possible when making their supplements for you. Check them out and use the discount code 37HAKE to save you 15% on your entire order. Before I get into it, Royalty Nutrition is phenomenal. I've been on a slow march to get to 190, and I use their products on a daily basis. And once again, it's not just a brand that my buddy owns. I use it. I love it. It's great. Bah. All right, here we go. Gorilla Gains. Gorilla-Gains with a Z.com. They are a fitness apparel company that you can wear comfortably in and out of the gym. They also make great equipment that helps keep you safe while you train. Use the discount code JAKE15 and I'll save you 15% on all of that great apparel as well. My last shout out of the evening will be to me. Go to patreon.com/HakeJoward. I just introduced a new tier. It's a $5 a month tier, but it will give you access to my personal training log. You'll get to see how I train on the days that I do it, and you can then use that to either try and do what I'm doing or supplement it in with what you're doing to get a better idea of what's going on. But the other things I do on there, I do blog style type posts and writings. I also do a solo show called Hake Rants, where I speak on subjects that I need to articulate a little bit better. So check that out. Support me and DJ Swirl. Tell them about that Buy to Buy empire.
Yeah.
That's right, Buy to Buy, where we specialize in fast, friendly, on-demand moving, delivery, staging, TV mounting, and assembly. We're helping everyone from housewives shopping at Home Goods to bros DIYing it at Lowe's, but most frequently property managers and real estate agents moving their clients from their current space to their new place. If you lack time or got a bad spine, we're here to support you, giving peace of mind from the time you buy to the time we say goodbye. What you are watching is Buy to Buy Studios, creative consulting and content creation, helping boutique brands boost their presence online. Everything from simple posts, reels, and stories to full-fledged podcasts, and what you're seeing here, live streaming. We are creativity customized, providing high quality, low stress, remote controlled. Hit us up everywhere you are at Buy to Buy Studios or at buytobuy.com/studio. Jake, what are we talking about tonight?
Shit, man. Whatever.
We talked for 45 minutes before.
Yes, we did. We talked for 45 minutes.
45 minutes, and then we get on here. Whatever.
Well, whatever's clever. We're just gonna do it.
No, the name of the episode is Mettle. And so we were talking before this, and I had an idea going into this. Once brainstorming starts, and then it just kind of takes on its own life. So I had quite a week, and so I had the idea to talk about Mettle in terms of being able to persevere over difficult situations. And so for me personally, I had the biggest move as a company 4 years in this last week, and it was a referral from a former BNI prosperity So I wanted to make sure that I saw it all the way through. And in doing so, I didn't bite off more than I could chew, but the ask just continued to get bigger the more we allowed it to. So they hired us to pack their things and then to move their things. And so we set them up 2 days apart in order to handle that. And so the first day was going pretty well. And then I got to their pantry and I spent 4, almost 5 hours putting multiples of so many things because this woman was 90 years old and she had lived in the house for 25 years. So she was not keen on throwing things out. And she had like 4 jars of medium salsa for no reason and
Hell yeah.
so much rice, so much rice aroni. But then she had these break fronts that are, these little display cases, and inside them had these fragile, delicate, very beautiful glass, crystal, and they're like little knickknacks, all these like keepsakes. And so 5 hours later, my left hand is just like it's bubbling on the back end of my hand. And I can't make a fist with my hand because it's done from all of the wrapping, the tape, and the bubbles. So yeah, I had to persevere through that pain, and I've never felt that kind of pain on my hand before. And it wasn't even from like the actual move because the next day was the move. And so we were there again, 9 a.m. starting. But even before we get started, they opened up the brake front using like, an old timey lock and key because there were no handles at the bottom. They use the key, they open it up, and there's even more plates and stuff under there. So it was like a total of like 400 some odd pieces. And so if you're looking at 2 minutes a piece, it's silly, dude. And so it took us so much longer than we needed to. And about 3/4 of the way through, they realize just how much stuff they have and they start to wonder who's going to put it all away. Which, have you ever moved and not put your own stuff away?
No.
Okay. So I know that there's unpacking services. I'll make it very clear right now. Buy to buy is not one of those services. We did not negotiate that. We did not preface that we would. Packing was its own day, dedicated amount of time, went over that time. Moving the next day. They lived literally 3 minutes of a drive away from their new spot. It was very close. So we thought that we could expedite the moving process. Not exactly. So again, sun starts to go down and they're like, do you guys unpack too? I apologize. No, we do not pack. And then my guys who are helping me are like, we'll come back tomorrow. And I said, you guys go for it.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted now. I'm all about pushing myself. I said I'm gonna get as much mileage out of this meat suit as I can, but it's like there's limits to everything, and so I hit my limit, and I I waved the white flag, and I said I surrendered. So I let them have it. They went back the next day. They were there an additional 10 hours.
Whew.
Did not finish, and so I get a call, or so I'm sorry, most of the communication to this point happened via email. So it was not quick. There was no quick communication during this entire process. So, long story short, I wound up having to go back to clean up after work that I wasn't even a part of that third day. And so just to smooth over, just to, leave on good terms because and when I went back, there was barely anything there. And on multiple occasions, the other people that were there who were basically just like supervising, they didn't really help a lot, but they told us, "Oh, we'll get that. We'll just toss that in the truck. We'll just toss that in the car." Which is pretty in the process. So it's like lamps, it's like small stuff that can fit into a car. And so I just cleaned that up. There was a door that had to get taken off in order to get something out of the room that wasn't put back. And again, when they went back, I figured they would clear that house out. They would start there and then just go. And she even said that to me. She's like, "Why didn't they start there?" I was like, "I don't know. I wasn't here." But that's the first thing I would have told them because they went back to the first residence to clean out their they had a shed outside that had additional tools and stuff. They started there, didn't go back in the house.
Whew.
Went back and I finished it. But yeah, bro, it was 20 hours. They lived in Glendale, so it was a 50-minute drive each time. So I drove out there 3 separate times just to make sure that everything went over like it should have because they deserve that. But
Yeah.
yeah, bro, in terms of metal, like I burnt 10,000 calories that week easily, easily because that one day at 42, my watch said 4,200 calories burnt. I was like, so yeah. So I reached out to you. I was like, hey man, I might need some additional supplementation because I'm burning through my calories like with the quickness. So
Yeah. No. Like, oh, you want to get into it?
let's
I'm
get it.
into that right now.
We're talking
Okay.
about the swollenness. Let's do it.
So if you're taking and so I was thinking about it. Well, you told me you're taking your multivitamin,
Yep.
um, fish oil.
Yep.
You're taking magnesium.
Yep.
And what am I missing? Potassium.
Special K.
Okay. So basically, you're going to have to find a way to get more calories in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whether that be you have a meal in between your other meals, or a meal or two in between your other meals,
Yeah.
or you have a tub of protein powder you take with you everywhere you go that you can just mix up real quick and go a
Yep.
quick 210 calories to the dome,
So not
and off you
necessarily
go.
more multivitamins, or I can't like double up on them. That's not going to do me any good.
So you can. Here's the thing with multivitamins. When you take a multivitamin, no matter what or how quality or how absorbable everything is, you're peeing most of that multivitamin out that first time you take a pee.
Perfect.
So what I like doing is, let's say it's like a 2-pillar. I'll take one in the morning and one with like my
Time relief.
third meal
Gotcha.
or something like that. Because I mean, like you're still going to end up wasting a bunch of it because that's just how our bodies work.
Yep.
But you give your chance more of an opportunity to absorb more if you spit it out.
Okay. Yeah, it's a 3-pill at the beginning of the day. So spread that out.
Yeah, no. So if it's all the same amount in each pill.
Yep.
Well, so if you're not looking to do multiple meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Right. Okay.
and then
No, I eat
how are
probably
you?
5 times a day.
I'm sorry.
I eat probably 5, 6 times a day.
Okay, so meal 1, 3, 5.
Cool. Simple.
Yep. And then that'll give your body more of a chance to absorb what you're missing with your meals too.
Yeah.
And then you're probably gonna have to find a way. So if you're gonna keep working like you've been working, you're gonna have to find a way to eat more. And I'm not saying go take cheeseburgers to the dome every chance you can.
Tired of fries.
But I mean, in like, if you can find something clean, or like, I mean, you're not a bodybuilder, dude, so you can just, I mean, you can do protein bars, you can do just like bags of almonds,
Muscle milk,
like
that kind of stuff.
yeah, I mean, sure. Like the problem with muscle milk is a lot of times I haven't looked at their label recently, but the problem with muscle milk always back in the day was it had too much sugar in it.
Yeah, it's low. They that was one thing they addressed.
So yeah, so I mean, you don't have any diabetes concerns. I mean, like I don't think people should avoid sugar as much as possible because you should. High processed sugar that isn't like natural is really not great for you
Yeah.
at the end of the day. But I mean, with the high rate of calories expenditure that you have, I don't see a problem with you having 1 or 2 of those a day, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to One Stop a lot, getting their post-workout shakes or with something like that, just so it's has sustenance. So it fills me up. It's got the nutrients I need for the most part, and then yeah, just a whole lot of water and caffeine.
Dude, you could get you a nice tub of Royalty Nutrition Isolux.
Ooh,
Where's my
you're the plug.
where's my no your rainbow sign there.
The rainbow. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Well, you are the plug, sir. So send it my way. I will definitely try it.
I don't have access to that freaking warehouse. That's under.
Wait. Give the people your discount code then. What code do I need?
Listen, so if you go to royaltynutrition.com, the discount code is 37HAKE. I promise you, this is the highest quality and probably one of the best tasting protein powders I've ever had in my entire existence of taking protein powders.
Royalty Nutrition dot
.com.
37
HAKE.
H A K E.
And like, so my big thing, so I've actually been on, I take their vanilla, which is a big deal because I don't know if you remember back in the day, vanilla protein powders were dog shit.
Garbage.
This is dope
Good.
because you can take, if you want, you can take and you can mix it with some orange juice and, or like whatever else you need to. It's delicious. Or you can just drink it plain.
Good.
I mix mine all with water. And then my first meal of the day is some Isolux and like a banana
Nice.
and some a tablespoon of peanut butter.
Yeah. Like I was saying, man, I'm trying to I the more physical the physical nature of my work and hitting 40 has been all of the indication I need that the window is closing on the ability for me to be active. And so and it's only going to get worse. So I need
Well,
that I'm feeding it like I need to.
I would say go talk to honestly, go get your levels checked.
I need yeah, I do. I
Yeah,
find yeah. Yeah.
because even if you feel good and great and you're like, I'm 40 and I'm accepting it,
Yep.
um, even if you get on a low dose of doctor monitored, doctor prescribed testosterone,
Sure.
I'm not saying get on enough that you're like, I'm
No.
20 and my dick's
No.
harder. No, no. I mean, just something to like
To maintain.
cross the bridge and maintain. You'll feel a million times better out of it because, and if you're doing everything the way you're supposed to, like, doing your blood dumps or giving blood once every 4 to 6 weeks or whatever it is, and you're staying on top of your levels,
Yeah.
you'll feel infinitely better.
Yeah. I got
Infinitely.
I need to take it seriously because not only is my job already very physical in nature, I have more opportunities coming, which we spoke at length, which is why we started so late tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know how we want to address that, but shout out to people who have vision and people who understand the value of people who are reliable and consistent with their hustle because I have an opportunity that is probably six figures in the works and I cannot do it all myself. So I think Jake is going to be helping me out with that real soon, so that way he can still be the awesome dad that he is and make the money that he wants to. So we're working on that. And then I joined the basketball league. So shout out to my guy D Ridge from back home in Indiana. He moved out here several years ago, and he's been in a basketball league, and he told me they went to the title game last year and they lost. And he goes, would you be interested in playing? And I'm back to being active, and I'm at a weight that I've not been since I lived with my parents. So I was like, yeah, let's push this thing. Let's see what I can do. And so yeah, I joined the basketball league, and I'm gonna be pushing that even more.
Yeah.
So whatever that means in terms of supplementation and process, then I need it. 'Cause
Yeah. And I will tell anybody that has concerns about their testosterone levels, there's no harm when getting them checked and going and talking to someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about it.
yeah,
Because especially because I will not tell. I will speak as a man that has taken some extra testosterone. When you get that testosterone level back to what it was when you were a little bit younger, you feel so much better. You sleep better. You recover faster. Your body holds on to less body fat naturally. Well, not naturally, but your body will hold on to less body fat.
yeah.
It's um, it's great. I suggest you if you have questions or concerns about it, talk to your medical professional about it. And if you need it, don't be afraid to get on it because if you do it the right way, the benefits are leaps and bounds better than potential side effects.
Sure. So
And then
in
you
terms,
can
oh, I'm sorry.
And let's say that there's you're worried about turning your natural testosterone off because somewhere down the road you're going to have another kid or something. You can you can take a HCG, which is a different hormone, but it tells your body not to turn off your natural testosterone makers while you're going, so you'll still be making sperm,
Gotcha.
which is a whole, which is great for. Well, I mean, like for like, there's there's a lot of bodybuilders that were younger and dumber and screwed up their whole balls,
Yeah. Sure.
and but like if you're a younger individual and like you're looking to have a family down the road, you take your HCG with it, and it keeps your balls on. And then when you cycle off, you still take your HCG until you're back to
Gotcha.
your natural balance.
Where does where does where
Sorry,
does, where does creatine fit in all this?
creatine rules. You want to get on some creatine?
No, my wife is taking some for her regimen currently, and so it's I have access to it, and so I know that I've used it in the past, and that with glutamine, L-glutamine was I remember seeing that as a necessity, and so I just haven't. I don't think I have anything that's naturally supplementing that. So
The problem with taking creatine and glutamine at the same time is they fight for the same receptor in your body. They fight for a lot of the same receptors that
gotcha.
to absorb. So at best, you end up halving the effect. So I always say it's always better to be on one or the other.
Okay.
Um, uh, Glutamine, like I don't know if I'm placebo affecting myself with it, but I know if I get a bunch of glutamine in my body, I feel better and recover better. But I haven't really seen any deep scientific study on it. That's why you can buy uh, glutamine and it tell you we don't know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know.
No guarantees.
But creatine, creatine monohydrate is the most scientifically studied bodybuilding supplement on the market today. And probably one of the is the longest running still supplement. Period. Because not only will it help your muscles grow, but it does help in recovery too. And I took when I first got back into rocking and rolling, I was taking 5 grams of creatine before I trained, five after, and then five with meal four. And then I just dropped it to five pre
Yeah.
after I loaded it for a couple weeks. And then is the loading process yes necessary? Yes and no, depending on who you are. I like to load, but you don't have to. You just have to be consistent with taking it. The issue with a lot of creatine monohydrate is you will hold water, but you'll feel a lot better.
Yeah.
But I love it, and that's if you're looking to grow naturally as possible, take some creatine or start eating a shitload of steaks.
I don't think I'll be able to do the latter. So I'll work that into it. But I know that cannabis is a huge part of my recovery process, and I had to go back to Zen Leaf because one of my cartridges were not doing what it's supposed to do, and they took care of me like they always do. And then on the way out, I wound up running into another BNI member who I had met subbing for the plumber who took care of me, and her name's Tanya. Shout out Tanya, and also Zenleaf up in North Mesa. And so she's like, "Oh, she recognized me. She stopped me, which is great because I'm awful with names. So I recognize her, but I have it's like most things. 17 times I think is how many times you have to do something before you remember it. So I've only heard her name a couple of times or seen her face. So, but she's super sweet. Stopped me and she's like, "Yeah, I work here part time. So hopefully I'll run into her again next time I go through there." But yeah, cannabis is a huge part of my recovery process because whether it's just for the aches and pains, but like keep me just in a lighter mood, just for mood stabilization because I don't want to be cranky because I'm sore because I'm I'm groaning every time I move. So, but yeah, just trying to do that, and that has continued to be the most successful thing that I've done. So I'll keep leaning into that. But oh boy, I don't know, man. I got to do all I can before the wheels fall off because they will.
Yeah. I, I think if you get that testosterone in check, you'll leaps and bounds. You'll feel like a younger you.
Yep. Nice.
And then, so I started, when I was cycling, so what was that? About, I was 29, 30.
Yeah.
I was taking other anabolics with it. So I was in God mode, but
Oh man.
but, oh, that's something I wanted to bring up, man. There is something that a lot of young cats are doing, and it's been like a TikTok thing. It's a fitness trend, and
Yeah.
these kids are doing the Trin challenge.
Okay.
And what Trin is, Trenbolone acetate, was a drug that was originally developed to inject cattle that are on their way to the slaughterhouse.
Awesome.
Because when they're in the truck on the way to the slaughterhouse, I can't remember the exact number, but it was like every hour they were in the truck, they lost. I want to say it was like 2 to 4 pounds
Yeah.
per cow, right? So they developed this drug that kept the cow's muscles bigger so they wouldn't lose weight on their way to the slaughterhouse. And as someone that has taken trenbolone at a minuscule dosage,
Yeah.
uh, it'll work. I
Science. Imagine.
got, dude, I was big. It was awesome. But but there is a lot of young men that they're not doing any other drug. They're just injecting this trenbolone in and doing their fitness transformations.
Is that like that dude, that Indian cat who has like gigantic biceps, but his frame is
Mm-mm,
that's different?
that's oil. That's
Okay.
oil. Yeah. No, trenbolone is it'll make your muscles grow and you'll be harder and leaner if you're doing it properly.
Yeah.
But these kids, it's like their first time in a gym kind of thing, and it's immediately they're like, I got to get on trend,
Yeah.
and then their transformations are not like they're still the same size they are. They're just leaner,
Yeah.
and it's like these kids are killing themselves, and it's not worth whatever clout they're getting from it because they're fucking their whole bodies up
Currency.
already.
Absolutely.
I've told the story about the young man who I picked up by his puffed up nipples and threw before, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm not trying to. I don't want any more mass. Like I don't need. I could get. I mean, I could add some more muscle, but like I'm not trying to add more weight, unnecessarily weight to my frame. So
yeah,
if I stay this same size and then add another 10 pounds of muscle to say sub 200, I'll be perfectly fine, and I'll think I'll operate pretty high at a high efficiency level. But like, yeah, there's no with the 40 years old, bro. Adding more weight to that, yeah, that's not. I'm not trying to impress anybody with
no,
my stature. I'm just trying to make sure that I can live up to the hustle I try to live by. So, and that's it. So my swollenness stays mediocre at best on purpose.
well, that's okay. Like, it's the my whole thing as a fitness professional is when someone hires me, they say, "Here are my goals that I have in mind. How can I realistically attain these?"
Yep.
Or I have this vision of being a Greek god in 3 weeks, get to work. And I say, go find someone else that'll lie to
Yeah.
you. um, I, I don't see anything wrong with what your plan is or what your goal is for you physically.
Yeah.
Like I wrote a program for my brother today.
Oh, okay.
And I told him, I said, I'm so proud of you and happy for you.
Nice.
Because while it's completely okay, you being exactly who you are and being liked for who you are, I'm very glad that you are taking the opportunity to be healthy so you can continue being who you are.
Yeah, the best.
Because
Yeah.
being healthy physically, mentally, and spiritually is so important, and it gets neglected all the time.
Yeah.
And like, of course, whatever healthy is to you
Yep.
that's your prerogative. But I mean, we come from a family that can get pretty big pretty quick.
Yeah.
And has a long history of heart attacks and strokes. So, I mean, if you are looking to curb that, you kind of can't be rotund.
Yeah. You got to put effort in the opposite direction, man.
Yep.
Got to do it.
So I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. And I made that motherfucker pay me.
That's what you're gonna say. That's what you're gonna say about me when you get home after shift.
I love Ryan. I'm so grateful for him, and I made that motherfucker pay me.
Hell yeah, dude. That's another reason why I'm looking forward to bringing you on is what you just conveyed. Like the idea that I don't have to worry about you going home and being a lush or, doing the exact opposite to where your health becomes a concern for your reliability. I don't have, I don't. So,
Well, it's, I have no expectation of being like got fuck you money rich.
Yep.
Either. So it's like I've told the kids all the time, and it's like, you don't understand. You would never know if I had a bunch of money. Mm-hmm. Well, what do you mean? I was like, well, I mean,
yeah, you would. Yeah, they would. Your New Balances would be fresh.
New Balances are for poors. I have
Nike
Air Monarchs.
New Balance is what I sent you in the meme, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah. So it was the that was it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get the brands mixed up.
No, like the only thing I bougie out on is my dad's shoes are Nike Air Monarchs because
He said the New Balances are for the poors. Oh man, that's terrible.
Anyway. Sitting here in my camo cargo shorts and judging the world.
Exactly. Speaking of which, oh my god, this is what I held on from telling you. So, the basketball league I'm joining, the manager asked to get my information from my buddy Dustin, and so, you've seen the picture of me in drag or dressed as a woman, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I dressed up for Halloween as a woman with the help of my women friends at the time. And it was like 15, 20 years ago, right? And so I have that picture and I share it every once and then or every now and again. And so my buddy Dustin has it saved as my profile picture in his contact. So, like the smart guy he is, when the manager of our basketball team asked for my contact information, instead of him simply typing out my phone number or even copying and pasting that, he sent my entire contact info. So this guy who I've not spoken to, have not met, that I'm supposed to be joining a basketball league with, gets this picture of me. I'm going to put it up here so people can see it. But like, that's not the intro I need, man. And so we went golfing. I took him to Agave Indoor Golf Club.
Ooh.
Shout out to Jeff and his facility over there. Uh, Spending a lot of time over there. My hands are I got blisters on both hands because of it. But I brought him over there, and he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, like he was he if he hadn't if we weren't talking about it, he would not have thought to bring this up. And he was just going to let me walk up, show up on the first day of practice or the game or whatever, having never spoken, and that's my pro. Like he was just going to let that happen. I laughed so hard, and then I realized what it was, and so I reached out to they call him Jones. And I reached out to Jones, and I was like, "Look, man," I said, "I heard that you got a picture that you weren't supposed to get." And I was like, heard Dustin sent you my whole ass contact info with a pic that's an inside joke from college. And then I sent him a meme of Kanye where he's smiling and then he's like realizes he's on camera and he frowns.
Mm-hmm.
And he just started laughing. He's like, I told him I had questions. I thought he was playing after he sent the contact. So yeah, I've never,
Mm-hmm.
dude. I'm a giant question mark on their team, and he's never seen me play. No, that's his first impression of me. So
Yep.
I'm fighting
Well,
the battle.
was then you have your retired former Super Bowl champion teammate.
Oh, right, right, yeah, yeah. So who knows what the people I'm going to be slapping asses with in a congratulatory fashion. Like it's so funny, dude. I started busting. Like I'm up there, and I was like about to swing, like lining up for my jaw. And he's like, "Oh, hey, by the way." Ba, 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 ba. I sent him your picture. I was like, I couldn't swing. I was done. I was done. It's so funny. So yeah, that's what I'm walking into.
Attaboy.
Yeah!
Shout out Dustin.
Good old Dustin.
Anyway, what else were we gonna talk about? Metal, metal, metal. So we did metal was what's the it's the triple entendre, right? So
Yes,
metal,
sir.
you've got you're able to overcome, and then meddling was getting in people's business. And so, what did that remind you of? What's going on to where you had that go on?
Oh no, I about
You were just doing word association, and that's what you thought.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I about kicked. Let's see, it was a couple weeks ago now. About kicked an old man through my fence.
Can I expound on that, or is that it? Hard stop.
I'll get there. Um, so we've talked about my neighbor before.
Pleasant guy.
Whiner. He's a whiner. But every Saturday, I get up early in the morning. I put all the dogs inside. I let the chickens and the ducks out in the yard and let them run around. I bring the little chicks out and let them get acquainted. And then the girls play while I clean out the runs, and I rake out all the old chips and dump out the ponds and scrub the ponds out and get the waters and foods dumped and reset. And I take all of that stuff and I put it in a pile, and then I wet the entire area around the pile, and then I set the pile on fire. I've done this every Saturday since we've had the birds.
Ooh.
And it's over quickly because it's a bunch of dry wood chips. It's over and done with. Takes about, at max, 2 hours. So once again, his wife is a delight. About a month and a half ago, she comes over. She goes, "I have my windows open. Would it be okay if you put that out?" And I said, "Absolutely. I'm sorry. I didn't know you had your windows open. I'll fix that for you." This guy, the next month, pardon me, the next month, instead of having the common courtesy of just walking up and being like, "Hey, our windows are open," just does laps around my house while shaking his head and glaring.
Fucking bullshit!
And then waits for me to go inside to walk up and look at the pile. And and I don't know, he didn't see me, but like I'm standing at the slider, just holding my fresh cup of coffee, just looking at him like,
Made the time.
dude, because I get up on Saturday. I get up at 6. I sleep until 6, and I go handle all this before I get it all done. Usually before 9. So about 9:30, 10 is just what's left of a smoldering pile.
Mhm.
Would you rather me wait until 6 so I can just let it burn all night long? You motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna complain either way. Right.
That's his thing. And then, I worry because, we got George.
Yeah. Contraband.
And they haven't said anything about George yet. But I know that's coming.
That's the ace, no doubt.
Yeah. But the problem with that is I'm out there and I work, and all these people always walk by. Oh, hi, I see that you're raising chickens. That's so cool. Blah, blah, blah. Like, well, hit me up if you want eggs or whatever. Swing by. We'll negotiate a deal.
Yep.
One old lady today went out of her way on her trail to walk up my little gravel spot and talk to me all about her, how she grew up, the farm she grew up on, how she had chickens and ducks as a kid, as a young girl, and how her father always raised her on fresh eggs. And when her father was old and dying, she had to go, and she went out of her way to find him farm fresh eggs. It helped him feel better, even reminded him of home. And yeah. There was a nice couple of ladies before her that were, oh, we just love it. We love, honestly, we love hearing your rooster. It just reminds us to get up and start our day. Ha 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 ha. Just, I am friendly with everyone. You approach me correctly, I respond in kind.
Yeah.
But so the one old lady was telling me about her whole life, and I said, have you ever had duck eggs? She goes, honestly, I don't know if I have. I know we had a couple ducks. I don't know if we ever really ate their eggs. And I said, well, would you like one? Oh yeah, sure. So I went inside and I got her, I grabbed her 5 chicken eggs and a duck egg. And I said, you and your husband have a great day. Oh, thank you. And if you ever need me, I do this, and this, and I'll come, well, I said, yeah, I'm out here all the time. If you guys see me, just say hi. You've met the dogs now. They'll let you come up, like.
Friendly, neighborly.
Yes.
Weird.
Yeah. Dude, I'm from the Midwest.
Weird.
The only time we didn't talk to our neighbors was because when the cops were there all the time, they're like, oh, yeah. But otherwise, it was always waving and saying hello. Like,
it's almost like there's nothing to be gained by meddling the way your shitty neighbor does. Almost.
Yeah. And I'll get real petty and I'll smoke out his house every damn day.
Fucking bullshit!
Yeah, bro. Like, I told you all the drama that went down with me, with my business group. Like, meddling. Like, to have a problem with somebody and then to not only not speak with them or to literally stop the communication and then to go things and communicate with another person to ruin an opportunity for somebody. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking bullshit!
It's almost like you have an option to not do that, and to choose to do otherwise is targeted. So yeah, that same.
And it's not.
That's not metal.
Even it's not even necessarily the Marine in me either. It's like
sure.
It's the man in me, like
that the testosterone you were talking about earlier.
Well, if you give me respect, I will return it in kind. If you approach me automatically out of pocket, do you remember my first interaction that we ever had with this guy?
Yeah.
Well, for those who don't remember, when we were moving in, this gentleman approached my very pregnant wife and I with his wife, and he wasn't wearing a shirt. And hi, how are you? we're your next door neighbors, and and was looking at my wife's boobs, and
Peacocking.
yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, and then after the pleasantries of, hey, how are you? Here's our names. He automatically goes into, you don't have dogs, do you? Yeah, we got dogs. Well, if you could have him inside by 7:30 or 8, we'd greatly appreciate it.
First in line.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Did you say that to him?
No, I was just like, we'll do our best. Like, because I'm, once again, I'm trying to not,
You're gonna
first time,
you're gonna reciprocate the energy you're given.
yeah, and I'm just like, I also don't have time to argue with this guy. It's hot as shit outside. I'm trying to get my wife inside. I have stuff to bring into the house.
Yep.
And so it's just like, do I hit him now? Does it spoil into a thing? And then now it's at the point where even if they come and knock on the door, I just don't answer.
Solicitation.
It's like,
Yeah, it's like a solicitor.
and then,
Energy that you.
well, so Britt's office is across from mine. And so she gets up in the morning and turns on her office light and turns her computer on and gets to work. And she has real thin blinds in there because she likes to keep the light in there light and happy. This motherfucker bitched about lights being on at my house because he doesn't have blinds in his bedroom. Fuck you.
Bullshit!
That's a wild, dude. It's wild.
No, and then, there's the people that live on the other side of us. They hear the same noise. There's the same light, not the same lights, but there's. In fact, my chickens are closer to their house, so if anybody has anything to bitch about George, I'd expect this gentleman
Yep.
to come over and be like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna eat your rooster or something." And I'd be like, "Take him," but whatever.
So during an interaction, you talk about the testosterone. You talk about the man in you wanting to come out. How much of that do you have any buyer's remorse after the fact? Do you feel bad for having to behave that way?
No,
Okay.
no.
I because of because I understand the energy that was wasted in the process. So you look at it as, I don't have time for it. You don't address it. I address it because I'm a natural people pleaser, but I don't have a problem setting up boundaries. So it's like a double sword.
I'm a big time people pleaser. I grew up in a church. Where my parents were youth pastors and people with prominence in our name.
Yep.
For whatever it was. So you had to smile and be nice no matter what. And I have no problem smiling and being nice. But no, I have no problem with the boundaries that I've put up for this man.
Yeah.
At all.
There's I put on my story. This is a woman dancing, and it's from Viola Davis. She put up this this reel, and it says, "Me," in parentheses, "a recovering people pleaser, when I set a boundary and feel proud of myself, but also feel guilty and like the meanest person." And the woman's like, she has tears, like her face is all crying, and she's like dancing, like celebrating from setting up a boundary, but also crying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that made me laugh because it's like, it's real as hell. Like, even though I was done dirty on the back end of an invitation, it was like I felt guilty on the back end defending myself. Like, that's a weird ass disposition to have, and so you don't feel that at all.
No, it's different.
Okay.
If it was just me, it's different, because I would I'd just react different. But now you're going out of your way to harass not just me, but my wife
Sure.
and my children.
It was loaded.
And I was real close one time before Brittany just told me to stay in bed. I almost answered the door with the shotgun.
Just to set, just to peacock back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because, I don't ever, like, other than my office, this is the only Marine Corps regalia in my home, front or outside. I have my warrant up here, my medals, and then my flag. I don't, there's no
posturing.
I don't have veteran plates. I don't have a sticker. I don't wave a big flag out in my front yard. And it's not because I'm ashamed. It's just more of, if you don't need to know that, then you don't need to know that, right? Which is kind of, I'm putting this on the internet forever, but whatever. But
Wait. What do you mean? What does that mean?
So like, I don't tell everyone I ever meet, like, I'm a United States Marine, but I say they pop across the podcast and like, oh shit, Jake.
Sure. No, but people for sure. I mean, there are people who are fake, you know what I mean? Like the fake.
Yeah.
Like there are people who literally do that. So the fact that you have the opposite energy, even though you are, a valid veteran, like the idea that you don't advertise shows what that actually means. So I don't think bad about that at all. That's just
I don't have. Yeah, but like, do I have to like?
But you also don't like the thank you for your service.
Right.
So
it's awkward. I was 18 and got a job, man. I took a 4-year contract for a gig.
Yeah.
But
thank you. Exactly. So it's attached to that same sentiment, to where it's like you don't need to advertise yourself as that because you're not trying to get a thank you for that.
No, I did enough of that.
The people who do that, I'm pretty sure they like that. They like the attention from it.
Well, you sent me a picture today of
perfect.
This person upset about them not getting a veterans discount or whatever it was. My response was, "Hey, goddamn war hero."
Yeah, this is guy or somebody put on a check they didn't get a veteran discount, so they're like, apparently my Ranger service wasn't enough for a discount. You're welcome. On a meal ticket. It's so funny.
Yeah. So like
anti-Meddle.
I think the only place I ever take discounts, like a veteran discount, is at Lowe's and Home Depot.
Okay.
Oh yeah, car dealer. And I don't even tell them. They'll look at my license. They're like, "Oh, you're a veteran." I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, then we subtract that, whatever that means. Subtract it.
That's me. King Dingling. I'm the veteran, baby. Yep. But yeah,
you don't need the virtue signal of valor. You don't need it.
No.
So.
But no, I think the next time he tries to say anything to me, I will tell him to seek Canadian health care and leave me alone.
I mean, whatever sets him straight, because that's wild. And he's that kind of person that will keep doing it until otherwise.
Oh, I petted him today. I made sure that shit was smoky as hell. You could have landed a helicopter and not been found in that smoke screen I built today.
That's amazing.
I made sure there's a bunch of damp parts built in the middle.
Like you said, this is on record.
Yeah.
If I could just imagine him being one of our few viewers that watches this every week. He watches it.
That son of a bitch, man. Whatever, man. Like,
I mean, he's made an appearance on the show multiple times without trying. So
I'll get screenshots of the doorbell next time.
I mean, one of my favorite clips that we have that we put is the one of you talking about him. That's so funny, dude. That's hilarious.
Oh, when I lost my mind on him at fucking 7 in the morning.
Yeah, that time.
Son of a bitch. Oh, me holding a baby? This is the time you want to come talk to me?
Yep, ages time. So the trifecta of metal, the entendre we're working on tonight, is the actual metal, heavy metal, like reference to rock music. Um, I don't know when the last time heavy metal was near the top of any popular chart, but um, in terms of generation, generating revenue for the economy, in terms of that old school heavy metal being able to dictate part of the economy, we're watching that in real time, thanks to Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
So, three things which I have not supported personally. I think that goes for you as well. And
I will give I will give Taylor some credit. And Beyonce too. Some of their songs, they're fucking good songs. They're just good songs.
yeah, no, they're
I'm not
comp.
gonna go out of I won't go out of my way.
Yeah, have you seen the ticket prices to some of these joints?
Fucking ridiculous, yeah.
Insanity. So, the fact that they're generating this makes complete sense because of the prices, but also, I mean, they're putting on one hell of a show. So, and they're doing it for. I mean, their shows are like 4 and 5 hours long. So it's like,
Bill Belichick gave Taylor Swift a shout out.
oh, did he?
Yeah, so whatever concert he went to is the one that she performed in the rain, like the whole show in the rain.
Got you.
He's like, she's tough.
For
She's putting
Diana,
on one heck of a show.
for Diana Ross moment. Diana
But
was iconic for doing the exact same thing.
Just Bill Belichick. Yeah, she got some toughness there.
Yeah,
She went over there and she sang all her songs. She did it right there in the rain. That's mental toughness right there. You guys.
right. There's the Meddle performing in the rain. And there's someone I follow who was talking about how she's doing it in heels, and they use it as a basis of comparison versus athletes. I'm just like, oh, always got to
Well,
rate.
that's that old line. It's just remember Ginger Rogers did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in heels.
Yep.
Yeah, bad, strong lady energy. That's
Yeah. No, Taylor gets all the credit for what she's doing. It's just the sentiment. It's just again, it's more virtue signaling, and so
yeah.
and it happens so much on the opposite end whenever men do it. So it's like whenever I see women do it, it's like, and they don't have to reach. Like she's literally helping drive the economy. You don't need to add extra to make it valid. Like let it be what it is. So again, it's the tension. It's the unnecessary nature of wanting to protect the image of something. And so like they're talking about it, and I go, well, I was like, if she does that in cleats and someone trucks her, then I'll give her credit.
You say, listen here, lady. I saw live on my TV. Prince sang "Purple Rain" in the rain.
With heels on as well. So and
Definitely with heels on.
if you want to put Prince and Taylor in the same conversation, you're gonna lose me immediately because Ryan Davis, comedian, he put it together really well. Like Taylor Swift is one of the greatest songwriters of all time that never sold her songs. So like Diane Carroll, there's some other people who are like just monsters in terms of songwriting, and they just put out, and so they're so good at it that they just spread their wealth, and then they do it, and they send it to Mariah Carey, Celine Dion. Like this is what typically happens behind the scenes. Taylor is very good, and not only can she write, but she can compose, and so she's doing all of this, so she gets so much credit. It's just like not very. I don't know. I've never been grabbed. My attention. I've never gotten goosebumps listening to a Taylor Swift song. I've gotten goosebumps listening to a Beyonce song. Her Grammy performance, bro. Jesus, it's from like 10, 15 years ago. Is ridiculous. Dangerously in Love. That performance gives me
that song. That song she did with Slim Thug was
who Beyonce.
yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Slim Thug, motherfucker. I fucking
No, I'm
love
talking
Houston
about
rap.
like, yeah. No, I'm talking about her pipes, but like, so I've never been blown away by Taylor's vocals. Like
Yeah.
harmony, all that stuff is on point, but like, there's levels to everything, and so
Mm-hmm.
Taylor gets all of it for the multiple because there's multiple checks written, and singing and the performance is only one of them, and
Yeah.
touring is the way that you maximize the return on that. Taylor is making more money than most people are from songwriting and composing and producing. That's three separate
Mm-hmm.
or and if she owns her publishing, which she probably does at this point. So she is.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it at?
Yeah, because didn't
Where?
she have a big blowout with Big Machine or whoever it was she signed with first to get the rights to all of her first albums back or something?
It is not uncommon for people who have the leverage to do so, and she is in that position most definitely and deservingly so. So it's just again it's the extra. It's all the extra that drives the conversation unnecessarily in a negative direction. Taylor Swift, she gets all the credit in the world for what she's doing. Shout out to her, and she's not harming anybody in the process, which is even better. She might annoy some people, or it's just not their preference. So what? So, but Beyonce's the same thing. Like you don't have to buy into her brand to recognize her talent, her skill,
Right.
the longevity, that she's a mom, all of these other things, and that she's under a microscope. Like, shout out to them for the Barbie movie. I'm not going to support that, but good for them. Good for them. I'm not personally going to support it, but the fact that there so many people are and it's driving the economy in uh in an environment where cancel culture is so real, to where so many people went actively out of their way to protest against the support of it, and it still is doing this well. So it's like whether you agree with it or not, or whether it's your cup of tea or not, heavy metal, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's weight in gold.
Speaking of heavy metal, I listened to Death Clock's new album.
Okay.
Not too bad. Not too bad. So there's a show that was, I think it still is on Adult Swim, but it was developed by a guy named Brendan Smalls,
Okay.
and it's a ridiculous cartoon about the world's biggest metal band. They're the biggest band in the world, and they go on these ridiculous adventures and fight the occult and summon Cthulhu, and you know,
Extra.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But but they play metal songs throughout the episodes, and there's like title tracks and tracks involving the show,
Yeah.
and the musicians involved in it are really, really good metal musicians. And so every once in a while they'll get together and they'll put out an album, and I'm like, absolutely.
Nice.
So I listened to their latest one earlier this week. Actually, it's not bad, not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in terms of my experience being a DJ, I had no real reason to play much metal ever,
Right.
except for like weddings or personal parties. Definitely didn't hear metal. I mean, don't get me wrong, it still got requested by drunk people regularly, but it's like it's not pop. It's not going to hit those charts like that. But like, I don't know what System of a Down is considered, but that has a place in my heart and in my playlist forever. Like,
You can get fucking hyped up on some System of a Down.
it goes so hard. So
Mhm.
yeah, Rage Against the Machine, Tool,
What about when Skrillex did that song with Korn?
went hard as hell. Corn, oh damn. Free
Uh-huh.
ugh, filthy. So like, yeah, the genre, there's merit there. It's just like, but so much of it turns into what people like, just like anything else, fast food version of it. And so,
Yeah.
um,
Shout out to Peoria's own Mudvayne.
but yeah, I have one of my saved. It's like a highlight on my social media on my Swirl account. It's this guy who's dressed up in a costume, and it's like when you're overqualified for your job, and it's a heavy metal drummer doing a kids party.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me laugh every time I see it. It's so. But yeah, man, metal drummers are ridiculous. There's a guy I follow who does some of those, and I share some of his videos, and he is amazing.
Speaking of metal drummers, I'm gonna bring him up again. My boy Rick Streeter. He's the drummer of a band called Burden of the Sky. Check them out. But Slick Rick, old Sticky Icky Ricky, he challenged me to a weight loss competition,
Mm.
and we're gonna start on Monday. And what he doesn't realize is that's the biggest fucking mistake he could have made.
Okay. Talk about it.
I have my goal, right? And
Yep.
I'm marching to my goal. But now you throw childhood friendship and manhood on the line.
Yeah. What? So what is there a consequence?
No, it's all friendly.
Okay, it's all friendly, but that doesn't mean you're not gonna go hard.
Oh, I'm gonna go hard as fuck.
There you go.
Like, just so I can put him to shame. Like, this is the career field I'm in. I don't walk into a concert and say I can play better the drums than you, Rick, young Rick Jr. I know your father. You know, like. So you come into my house
So how
on the
did
day of my daughter's wedding.
so how did this challenge come about? Like what?
He just hit me up.
Just
He's
super.
like, "Hey man, yeah." He's like, "Hey man, I'm just looking to. I need to get motivated a little bit more. Do you want to do like a friendly weight loss challenge or something?" I was like, "Yep,
Absolutely.
dummy."
Oh, that's like a gym partner. It's gonna
Yeah,
work out better anyway.
except he's out there in old Washington, Illinois, still. But
So what's the timetable? How long is
I
this?
said I said let's do 2 months.
2 months. Got you. So we're
Yeah.
about September. So November ended October.
Yep.
Halloween. Ooh,
Oh,
that's the capper too.
well, that's fine because
Stay away from the Halloween stuff.
I was shooting to get as lean as possible because I had an athlete coming out to do a show on October 7th.
Oh.
But,
Shout out to George.
yeah, you hear George out there? Someone's walking by the house with their dogs.
What time?
October 7th.
9:30.
But it's looking like we're going to have to push that back to November 11th in the state of Arkansas.
That's awesome.
Dang, something's pissed him off.
Your neighbor must be outside. He's like
Yeah. This son of a bitch.
throwing up his set right now.
Oh, I had to stop letting George walk around the yard.
Why's that?
Flash was bullying him.
Ooh.
Well, like Flash wasn't like biting him or anything. He just walked over and rubbed him until he got real hot. Was trying to hide. And Flash was like, "No, we're snuggling whether you like it or not," kind of thing. Like it was. So I was like, "Okay, buddy, sorry. I did my best for you. Should have jumped in the tree."
George's got a special place in your heart, man.
That damn bird. I was gonna bring him in tonight too, but I decided against it there at the last minute.
Probably for the best.
But anyway, like I was saying, I think I'm gonna have Lizzie do a show on Veterans Day in Oklahoma City. But if I can get in shape for real for this October 7th deal in Mesa,
Mhm.
the NPC Arizona State Championship, I'll do that shit.
You're gonna get on stage?
Yeah. Why not?
What division?
I think I'm going to make the move to classic physique. Like, while I have really good muscle in my legs and things, genetically my arms aren't as big as they need to be to really do bodybuilding, and I really like the art of posing. So I really think I would probably fit in classic physique a little bit better,
No.
especially since I am drug free again. So we'll see if I can.
So what is there like a number? Is there a feeling? What would give you the best indication that you would go for it? Because I know
Well, I've said
you talked about 190.
I really need to see what I look like at 190.
Okay.
Because if I look good at 190, then I can turn up the heat and really shed all the way down, and then carb back up and fill back in for the show.
Happen to your old school wrestling days?
No, I wouldn't do that. I'd still eat But no,
So the shred is
yeah, I'm sorry.
the shredding is different. Bodybuilding versus wrestling. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. Wrestling, you were just trying to make weight. You didn't give a shit how you did it.
Yeah.
There's an art to extreme calorie restriction.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. That's my ignorance.
So I mean, no, yeah, no, it's all going to depend on what I look like, and if I look tight enough, I'll do the show.
Dope.
But I haven't seen what my physique looks like in years, so I have no idea. So let's have to. So I'm not promising anything. It's just
No
I
doubt.
need to see what I look. I need to see what I look like at 190 before I make any.
But that's a happy accident on the back end of your competition, your friendly competition. So
Yeah,
even if you don't make it, or even if you do make it, the intention was good. It's not like you're harming yourself for the sake of doing it. It's just something
right.
to look forward to doing if you reach it. Yeah.
Mm. And I'm already at the point where I started 240. And I was 207 this morning.
Damn, dog.
So
yeah, nice job.
And I've been doing this for what 2-3 months.
Not long. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not tired. My strength's not gone.
And you have 6 kids, and you
and I don't sleep, and
yep, absolutely, dude. That's huge.
So it's really like I'm proving to myself that I still got it, but like I need to see it.
Yep.
To really see if I got it.
So in terms of the stage, how much of that is you wanting other people to see it too?
I need a redemption. I could give a shit less about who.
So less about. So I mean, because someone has to see it in order for you to be redeemed, because there's judging involved.
Right.
But the goal isn't simply stepping on the stage. The goal is stepping on the stage and being seen.
And I need to look way better than what I did on my last time on stage.
There it is. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding all the levels to it, because
I'm not going out like I did.
Yeah.
Because if you can go to npcnewsonline.com, you can do the athlete search and look me up. My last time on stage was gross. It was bad. Like compared to
this is how
99%. 2016, 2017, I think.
6 years ago. That's a long time ago, man.
But compared to 99% of the world, I'm in great shape. Compared to most people, but I looked like a melted candle under those lights, dude. There was all kinds of crap involved in that. Like I had 3 other athletes in the show. I didn't sleep. I was on too much. You could tell like the stress ate me.
Well, there's your correlation right there, because your stress is the same, but it's just heightened and it's on a different level, right? Mm-hmm. So you still got you still have the challenges that you faced before. So in terms of your redemption, bro, to me it just seems like you simply overcoming your circumstance to get back to it is the win.
Yeah. I don't. The whole thing with bodybuilding is the biggest battle is yourself. You need to be better than what you were the last time, or if it's your first time, you're presenting the absolute best of yourself that time.
Yeah.
Because unless you're winning your class or the overall, you're not getting nationally qualified anyway. And that's the next step. You go compete at nationals for your pro card. Yeah. But I don't even give a fuck how I place in this. I just need my physique to be the best it's ever been. I could give a shit less if I come in dead last. I just need to look the best I've ever looked. That's all. That's it.
Nice.
And then because when you look the best you ever looked, then you can take and compare it and be like, all right, now I got to beat that guy. If you look at it like that, you got to keep beating yourself. Eventually you'll be at the top of your game if that's how you so choose to go.
See, I don't know what my conditioning is that lowers my perception on the value of maintenance, on simply maintaining, because it's difficult to reach a pinnacle, right? It's more difficult to maintain that peak performance. So to me, my goal is to operate at a highly efficient level to where people see me moving, they're impressed, and then I tell them how old I am. To
Yeah.
where their notion, oh, I thought you were I thought you were 25. I thought you were 30. Like that's where so I can get that on a consistent basis because I've also had a lull in business to where I took advantage of it and ate poorly and wasn't burning calories, and so I gained weight. And so like though I so you're talking about feeling good, being on stage regardless of how you place. I care about how I'm able to perform every time because I want to be able. I don't necessarily need to beat the last time that I did. I don't need to be more successful than I did the last time. I just need continued success. So
Yeah.
that's my mindset. Is I'm not trying to outdo myself because time is undefeated. So it's
Right.
kind of a you're shooting yourself in the foot. Gate. But if you simply battle against aging and time, so where people perceive you as younger, that's a W, bro.
That's always one of the things about bodybuilding in general. Usually, when people come in and they're in their um, mid to late 30s and 40s, and they really start taking care of themselves and watching what they eat and they're exercising and stuff, there's a period of time where it looks kind of like they're aging in reverse.
Right.
Because your skin tightens up, you're not bloated, you feel good, you're moving better than you have in years and years.
Yep.
That's without drugs, like. But I am under no delusion that I have a pro level physique right now. No, that I am. My goal is to just keep being good. And even after the shows and stuff are done, I would like to. I don't want to be I don't want to be bone shredded year round either. I don't care if I see my abs up until it's time to cut. I don't. But as long as I'm healthy enough to take care of my rugrats, that's all that matters. If I can do all my farm work and I can lift weights and I can chase my children around, I'm fucking good.
Yep. Same.
It's just rough that I'm such an attractive man.
Yeah. Who is it rough for exactly?
I'm sorry.
Who is it rough for?
Who's it rough for? Me.
Or everyone that can.
I've had to be this pretty my whole life, man.
Oh man.
Why do you think I keep this beard scraggly and I wear freaking
Oh,
baggy dad clothes?
the deterrence. That's what.
Yeah. I keep these hoes away. I'm a married man.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, sir.
Buddy,
We
we've
spoke
been talking
5 minutes and
for
then
2 hours.
for a buck 15, so we are at the 2 hour mark. You guys did not get to see it all, but I mean, or hear it all, but thank you for hanging out with us if you did. I think we hit Meddle, and Meddle. So
We did it.
we succeeded, sir. Anything else you want to let the people know or get off your chest before we get out of here?
Patreon.com/HateJower. Support your boy directly. Also, I am looking to take on like 10 more clients. If you are interested in online coaching or nutrition and or both, hit me up. Let's see if we're a good match for each other. Let's get to work.
Very nice. I'm also going to be needing additional help outside of your services. I am looking to build a team about 5 to 10 strong on top of what I've already got going on. So further details will come when it's available to me. But this opportunity, let's go. All right, guys.
I'll take like
Gals.
I'll take like two of them. I'll take like two of them jobs, but
Very good. Get us
All
out.
right.
Oh, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the Sober Swole podcast. My name is Jake Howard.
And I go by DJ Swirl.
Chocolate and vanilla swirl.
Warhorse. Bye.
Hey, it's Warhorse. Do you want your workouts to look like this? Or do you want your workouts to slay? When Warhorse picks his pre-workout, he wants it to slay. If you want second place, go with somebody else. If you want to be a champion, go with Royalty Nutrition.
There we go.